So, why aren't you motivated? Well, the truth be known, we're all motivated to a certain point. But if you struggle to get out of bed on a Monday morning, or literally you want to knock off at 3 in the afternoon, or you find yourself checking your Facebook or walking the dog when you know you should be making that call, then you have a potential motivation problem. You're probably overworked. I have a saying that if all of our technology is so good, then why are most of us not much better off than our parents were or our grandparents? Sure, life has changed, but we're still running through the middle class, trying to make ends meet. We're not as successful as even some of our parents or grandparents. And yet we've got all this access to AI, technology, etc. That's not the issue. The issue is motivation. And motivation is a very, very simple formula. Motivation equals reward divided by effort. So reward divided by effort. Let me give you an example of that. If you and I were talking and I said to you, listen, I want you to run 15 kilometers, and at the end of that 15 kilometers, I'm going to be standing there with $100 in cash, how many of you would be truly motivated to do that? The answer is probably not too many of you. Yet, if I said to you, I want you to run just 600 meters, and at that end of the 600 meters, I'm going to be holding $100 in cash, I'm going to have a lot more people motivated. If I turn that 100 into 1,000, more and more people motivated. Now, I'm not just talking about money here, but I'm using this to give you the philosophy behind this. You see, we do not reward ourselves well enough for the bar in which we set ourselves for what we want to achieve. In fact, for many of us, when we're looking at our year and the year forward from us, we're thinking that we have to put in an amazing amount of effort in order to just get what we want to get. But what about the journey? What about the first week? What about next month? What about that project that you have to do and you have to finish in the next 6 weeks? You need to motivate yourself to do this. And the best way to do it is to keep the effort in low chunks and the motivation in good chunks. Now, that can be simple things. If I finish this project by 3 o'clock, I'm going to take the rest of the day off and I'm going to go to the beach. Awesome. That's a good little bit of motivation. If I reach my sales targets by September, I'm going to use the money I make on the last 3 months of this year to refurbish my house, buy a new car, or go overseas. There's a lot more motivation. If I reach my contact targets for this week, my partner and I are going to go out for a magnificent dinner to celebrate on Friday night. If you just involve these small chunks of motivation in your business career, life, and teach them to the people who work closest with you, you are going to definitely do a lot more, and therefore you're going to be a lot more successful. And one final thing. Many, many years ago when I was in my 20s, I learned something called the magic of marginal improvement. Marginal improvement really means this. If you increase your prices by 5%, if you do 5% more effort, and if you save 5% in your expenses, your business isn't going to be 15% better off. It's going to be maybe 20, 30, 40% better off. The same thing goes for motivation. If you chunk it down and just do little pieces of motivation, all of those are marginal improvements. And that marginal improvement is going to have a massive impact on your ability to do business and your success. Okay, we'll see you later.